amazing Division I wrestling we had this weekend.
Heath Valencia, Aaron Brooks. These two could hit at NCAAs this year.
Oh, there we go. Fletcher with the score and the 2 for the Buckeyes.
That 3 through 8, 9, 10, like that race is going to be crazy.
2 of the best teams ever collide.
It's the best rivalry there is.
Cale Sanderson will set his team up for another run. Were they able to beat his team as good as Iowa is the question. Top 2 teams, starting with the number 2 team in America, the Iowa Hawkeyes, led by Coach Tom Brands.
It's exciting to see them back, like, in the top 2, like, have a real shot at winning. And when it's against Penn State, it makes it that much more fun.
Zahid Valencia of Arizona State up at 184. Not only is he up a weight, 8 of the top 10 ranked wrestlers in the country are in this bracket.
Hey, this isn't going to be just a championship season. It needs to be a dominant championship season, right? So next time, it's got to be more.
Big news out of Penn State. Aaron Brooks' red shirt has been pulled. The question is with Brooks, where does he fit in at 184 away where Zahid Valencia is the pound-for-pound number 1 guy in the country?
Look, they're trying to win a national title, right? They're trying to go for 5 in a row, something that hasn't been done since Gables-Gillespie era Hawkeyes.
Cullen Moore, number 1 in the country. 3-time NCAA champion, was 3rd as a freshman, 4th as a sophomore, runner-up last year as a junior, and of course he's going to be trying to cap off his college career with an NCAA title.
Number 1, Luke Fletcher of Ohio State, an 11-0 against top 25 opponents.
Have we ever seen a guy go from, man, if he'd open up more, to, okay, fine, 5th year, is destroying really good wrestlers?
He probably has the most ranked wins on the season so far.
Taylor Lujan, 3-time NCAA qualifier. You talk about consistency, 106 and 22.
Really looking like Lujan's here to make some damage.
184 pounds.
The big story coming out of this weekend was Iowa waxing Wisconsin. Iowa is ranked number 1, and they're currently 37 points ahead of Penn State.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. While Iowa has a lot of highly ranked guys, it's very volatile. Yeah. Whereas there's no scenario where I see Chenzo, Hall, Kassar, or Lee outside of the top 3, especially the big 3, right? So while Iowa has opened up a huge lead, I think it's a very, very tight team race still. Everyone here, I think, picked Penn State to win NCAAs.
Friday night, session 4 is where Penn State wins its national titles.
You have an NCAA champion 2 times in 165, Vincenzo Joseph, and he's won that weight class a couple times, been in the finals all 3 years.
2-time NCAA champion, 46 and 5, Spencer Lee.
Spencer's looking for a second takedown here. He's on the leg and 2.
Obviously, Spencer Lee is a favorite to score 25 points at NCAAs. He is so unbelievable. He's just that good that he makes good wrestlers look just helpless out there.
Seth Gross, NCAA champion. This guy is qualified for the Olympic trials. And he's got a cradle! Oh, he's got the Santo back! Holy smokes!
I am fascinated by this Kolodzik out of red shirt.
3-0, fight through on the eggs. Princeton has a legitimate chance of getting a trophy this year.
They do.
So Matt Kolodzik qualifies for NCAAs for a 4th time.
Kolodzik can obviously win.
Anthony Kassar in the red. And
Oh, he's attacking.
Nice job by Kassar.
Oh, shoulder. Uh-oh.
The shoulder popped out. Oh, no.
And that's a shoulder that's given him problems in his past.
Oh, dang it. You hate to see this. There's this tournament. There's the trials in the spring. There's the NCAA season. Like, what does this mean?
16,000 people. Here's the thing, our fans will reward you with applause. They will shower you with applause if you do your job. They want, they crave, they love entertaining, point-scoring wrestling. Do what you are here to do, and that's wrestling the match.
This one's going to be over pretty quick, folks. Yeah, no question. He's got a 4 count.
Here we go. There's Chinzo. There's Bull. Oh, baby. Let's do it. Wow, what a doomie. Big Tone steals it for Iowa. 1917 Iowa Hawkeyes. Couldn't ask for more of a doomie. That was a lot of fun. Oh, man. This place is going nuts.
The coronavirus is jacking everything up. Bitcoin price is down. The freaking, the whole economy's in trouble. And worst of all, they're saying the Olympics could be like canceled if this virus is not under control by late May. Do we need to get Dustin Hoffman and his outbreak team involved and get them to neutralize this threat?
12-4 with riding time for Zahid Valencia. Runs the gauntlet. 1 through 5 all in the weight. And he is just on an absolute tear right now at 184 pounds. Zahid Valencia, Aaron Brooks, look to throw that headlock off.
Oh, there we go.
Zahid says 6-0.
So the news came out yesterday. Zahid Valencia tested positive for recreational drugs, suspended from the team by Arizona State.
A very sad end to a pretty legendary career.
Penn State fans are saying Aaron Brooks is now going to win a title,
right?
And Penn State's going to beat Iowa. Of course, like Aaron Brooks only moves up one spot like everybody else, so he goes from 8th to 7th.
It opens the door now. Before you had a much smaller chance of winning a national title. Now the door is open, and he's just as likely as anybody else.
Ben's fighting. That's gonna do it. There's the fall. Aaron Brooks, Penn State.
You know, it's fun to win, but I know I still have the biggest event of the year coming up. So
big win for Lujan right there.
Lujan has just looked very comfortable, very confident, and just like he knows, like, I'm going to be on the podium this year. I'm going to be, you know, in that NCAA finals mix.
Solid career finishes. Moore went 33-4, 27-4, 23-3, and now he is undefeated.
And nice high crotch. Oh, look at that lift. Jeez.
The big story is Nick Lee, Luke Pletcher.
You know, Lee kind of gassed Pletcher out. That wasn't long ago. That was 3 weeks. Luke Pletcher just looked like he had the gas tank for 7 minutes this time and wrestled really, really hard the whole 7 minutes.
I think it's 50-50 at this point who wins that one.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, how about that? We have something working. I don't know if it's the coronavirus or something, but we've had some major audio difficulties the last 2 days. Remember bird flu? Yeah, what the heck?
Swine flu?
But there's
swine flu?
Yeah.
Mad cow?
But some people are saying it's the real deal. You guys saw one championship the organization used to fight for. They're doing their show. I believe it's this weekend. It's a closed event. So they said no spectators can come.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. What if the NCAA said no spectators?
Today is a day of great joy and sadness because we just found out the wounds are still raw. The NCAAs will not allow fans. COVID-19 freaking screwed up the NCAA Wrestling Championships.
Safety first, and tremendously unfortunate for the wrestlers who would love to compete in front. You know, I mean, think about the roar of the crowd when some of the biggest upsets of all time happened. So we'll see what it feels like, but it's certainly going to be different. And I hope we still have a great tournament. And based on what I assume these brackets are going to look like, it's going to be pretty great.
We are having an emergency FRL. The NCAA tournament is done. The NCAA just released the statement now. The speed at which these things developed, at which everything developed, is astounding. We were at Big Tens not long ago, and in a
5 days ago.
Coronavirus was a thing. It was clearly in the news. People were making jokes about it for the most part.
Yeah.
This is a serious news event. It's a pandemic, literally.
Yeah.
And everybody, you know, safety is first. The health and safety of the student athletes, of everybody in the country, in the world, and everybody's loved ones. You want to make sure that you're putting their health first. But at the same time, you know, these are major ramifications. These are life-changing events.
For many of these guys, wrestling has been their lives for years and years and years. And the culmination of their wrestling life is this NCAA opportunity, and now it's gone. Eligibility, right? What does the NCAA do with these athletes?
The first instinct is, all right, everybody gets another year, let's just redo it. But now, how does that put a burden on the school as far as teams that have scholarship limits or roster limits, or, you know, they're recruiting in a new class and you say, oh, I recruited you, but guess what? I don't have scholarship money for you because we had to do this do-over.
If these seniors get another year, well, Spencer Lee needs an opportunity to be a 4-time NCAA champ, right? These freshmen, Sammy Sasso needs an opportunity to try to be a 4-time NCAA champ. Like, you know, man, it's really hard to kind of internalize.
I've literally just been staring at my computer all day and hitting refresh and pretty much sick at my stomach all day. The timing of this all is really hard to I think, fathom, you know, what they go through for 9 months. This isn't something we started in November or even October. You know, this is something that's been going since pretty much this time last year, and to have it all just kind of drop out from underneath here, it is, I mean, I think my heart's broken for all, 330 athletes that just got this news. I got to go and dress my student athletes right now.
One of the assistant coaches nudged me, handed me his phone, and that's the first time I saw the statement. So I just read it out loud to the team as I was getting the official word myself. Like, we all learned it at the exact same time. It was an emotional room, especially for our seniors that, felt their opportunity just slipping away.
I pushed myself through the practice. I even, I had tears running down my face for a good portion of it. And then after is when we got the news, and I was just devastated.
As soon as, the bomb got dropped, I don't think I heard too many words after that.
One person broke down and it was just like a domino effect, and everybody was pretty distraught.
I think it was just like me and Fletcher just like sitting in like different parts of the arena, just kind of like sitting there trying to wrap our heads around it.
I know every kid in the country right now has poured their heart and soul into this season, and it comes, the way we have our sport designed, it comes down to one weekend, and you take that one weekend away, it's devastating for these guys not to be able to attack their goals. It's a tough situation all the way around.
In the grand scheme of things, it's just wrestling, but these guys work their whole lives. They put the investment into this, and for some of them, every second of every day, whatever they decide to do is towards being great at this sport.
I've been through some dark days and some dark things, and when you lose a child, it gives you perspective. But I can tell you what, one of the hardest things in my life was losing in the national finals. One of the toughest things in my life was when I was injured my senior in high school and couldn't wrestle.
Hopefully when you feel pain, it changes you. I think it would be a waste if it didn't. So hopefully this changes me, makes me a better coach, and helps me remind our athletes that nothing's guaranteed.
So the other news came out, no extra years for the winter athletes. Totally sucks. Highly disappointing. Feel for the athletes. Not cool. Feel like there's 10 different ways they could have done something, but they just said, no, you're done. So sad for some of the seniors. I'm sad for guys that had red shirts and didn't use them. Spencer had 2, didn't use them. Mark Hall probably could have Olympic redshirted too, right? He could have Olympic, and he never used his regular, and he's just done. Matt Kolodzik pulled his red shirt in February to help his team. And
that was so crazy. And they were looking good. They were going to possibly get a freaking
they could have trophy. For sure.
They could have trophy, yes.
We're going to be talking about this until these freshmen graduate. It's not just changing the legacies of the seniors right now. It just has a 4-year block of what you could have been. Is just all hypothetical.
Iowa is the team that they have had such a successful season. 9 of their 10 starters ranked in the top 3 in the country this year. They've been a team that was supposed to have, just this incredibly dominant year, and now we're not going to get to see that, it seems.
I was just sad for our team that we couldn't put it on the national tournament, couldn't display what
what we've been working for and what we're made out of.
He's now 20-0. The takedowns and riding of Jack Mueller show why he's in the NCAA finals and multiple All-American.
I was locked in and I was having some of the best practices of my life, so I think that I was going in hot, but we'll never know.
My initial reaction was dude, Luke Pletcher has had this awesome season. Dude was poised to win a national title. He's a senior and he didn't even get that chance. Man.
I've been wrestling since I've been 5 years old and probably set the goal of being a national champ at age, probably 13 when I first watched it. I was fine with no matter what happened at nationals. And if it didn't work out for me, then it didn't work out. But this is just something that you can't plan for. So to have that be the end of your season, it's tough.
There it is, takedown Lujan, he got crafty.
Taylor Lujan, he's been right on the edge of becoming an All-American, right on the doorstep.
They can't be losses that you earn that #1 seed, everyone else knows what we already know and what we believe, that you're the best guy in the country, right? And you proved it throughout the year. These guys as a group, that senior class won, they won over 500 matches. That's pretty incredible.
Kaladzik stepped in to the lineup when he wasn't planning on it and was an immediate NCAA title threat. A guy like that feels particularly impacted.
It is a hardship, to be honest with you, the way his season went down. He had beaten most of those guys that were seated above him. This was probably our best year in relation to an NCAA team, and I think we had a few guys that could win the championship. I thought would win the championship.
We were held together this year with glue. Tough guys, and they were all seniors. They had sacrificed so much. We were ready to go. I think we were going to be a top 4 team. There's no doubt about it.
Going forward, there's always the next thing to train for. So I'm going to keep working towards a goal, and it's the same thing it's always been, and that's to be the best. So whether that's a world title, whether that's coaching guys at the next level, getting them to where they want to be, or selling insurance somewhere, I'm going to be the best at whatever I do next.
We're looking for the reversal. He puts him on his back.
We made history as a program and done some things that Army Wrestling hasn't done.
We had 4 seniors that were going to that tournament. They're leaving something behind that is bigger than any NCAA title. How they've went about things, how they've represented the program, that's something that's going to last forever.
I've accomplished a lot, and I enjoyed my college charities.
Every year I just transform into a different person, and that was just phenomenal. I can't be happy enough to choose a sport and just work hard at it.
We did get to have this whole season with our teammates, develop those relationships further. When wrestling finally is over, I think it's those relationships and those little time in between the matches that you remember, that you take with you, that you let impact the rest of your life.
Even though I might not ever be a national champion, I think that the man that these places and people have turned me into is something that I'm really, really proud of. And just looking back on it, that I can be happy with that. So it's crazy because you're just chasing a dream that seems so small, but when you look back, it's something a lot bigger than you and a lot bigger than even the dream that you realize you're chasing is.
Wrestling's an incredible community. I think we come together in the toughest moments and we rise the most. And, that's one thing I know about our guys. I know about our sport is we'll get better from this.
I think there's something to be said for those experiences that we've all had in those sold out venues that you feel like every time there's even just a glimpse of action, the roof comes off. And, hopefully those kind of memories kind of carry us through in times like this.